welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we are reading a classic Batman story, Batman, Son of the Demon. Also, don't forget to go pre-order The Bull #1. It's in the description below. Then the earth screams like a woman giving birth, and the old newborn stalks off, his shoulders hunched, as if against the onslaught of some coming storm. Now, SWAT 3 to Gotham 1, we have secured position at the back of the Gotham chemical plant. We will charge the plant. Repeat, we will. Gotham 1 to SWAT 3, negative. Under no conditions are you to assault the plant. The insurgents have hostages and access to deadly chemicals. We're awaiting arrival of negotiating teams. Take no action. Repeat, no action. Looks like they believe us. They're staying away. They'd better. If it rains, we release that toxic gunk into the water supply. Well, that's all she wrote. Back in line, you now. No word on them yet. We may need to buy a little more time. Any word on the search party? They having any luck back at the warehouse? Disperse, all of you. Find the objective while we still have time. Mark, what are we gonna do? Don't worry about that, Nancy. Keep calm. Think of the baby. You, come here. Please don't. Listen up, cops. I got a fat lady here. You try anything. She buys it. You follow. Well, please, there's no need to harm the hostages. Professional negotiators are on their way. Screw your negotiators, man. Have it your way, Junior, but I guarantee you won't like the alternative. Are you alright, Nancy? Did he hurt you? Hurt her? You kiddin'? I like her. Like her so much I'm gonna give her something she hasn't had in a while, right? Don't worry, you're gonna like it too, I promise. No, you can't. I can do anything I want, pal. My piece says so. Mark. And what I want most is to brand her, put his mark on her, make her one of... Who did that? Who? There, in the shadows, get him. Look out, he's throwing something. Gas, get the masks on the wall. No, somebody's got him. Tell the search party someone's after us. Search party to main assault unit. We have secured objective and will meet you at rendezvous point. Do you read? Main unit. Main unit, do you read? Thought I heard something out. Look out, it's gas. It's only smoke. Assume defensive positions. Don't panic. There can't be many of them. It's probably just one man. We can handle him. Stay calm. Remember your partner. Always keep him in view. He's one man only. The hostages. Listen to me, whoever you are, you've got 5 seconds to show yourself, or this woman buys it clear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Yeah, for you. No. Looks like he got you first. Search party and main unit, do you read? We have have arrived at the pickup point and will wait in 2 minutes. Units, do you copy? Any word from him? Nothing. We can't hang around much longer. The cops will bring in their chopper soon. Take him a little lower. Maybe I can see some of them. No, nothing. Take one last swing around the plant and we'll shake him off, shake him off. What are you, blind? Can't you hit anything with that? You want to come back here and try? Stop it, you two. Save that for there. Get him before he's here. Help me. Get him off me. No, you're not taking me. You're not. Where's our chopper? Their fuel tank's gone up. Forget about prisoners, Batman. Get out of there before. Sergeant, yes, sir. Cancel the call for the air backup. Tell the harbor patrol to start dragging the river instead. Yes, sir. Wait, something's moving. Step on that harbor patrol boat, Sergeant, and wait for me. Yes, sir. How are the hostages, Commissioner? Fine, Batman, good work. Not good enough, or I would have found their flight plans. Let's get back. I want to crack at those prisoners. And what seems to be the trouble with you? I'm shot. I'm bleeding. Well, let's have a look and see what That man can wait, Doctor. I beg you. I said he can wait. He has some rights, you know. That woman has more. No need to be sunny. And the two of you are all right, ma'am. Why, yes, thank you for your help, Batman, and your child. I think he's fine, thank you. Good. A child needs his parents, and it's a terrible thing for a child to have to grow up alone. Commissioner, I'll let your men handle the initial interrogation. I'll stop by later. Batman, you'd better have that wound looked at before. I'll stop by later. Not smart, diving into the Gotham River with an open wound. That river's a sewer. Has been for years. A grant from the Wayne Foundation may just be what the city's Environmental Protection Board needs. But what I need is about 30 stitches and a mile of gauze. That will have to wait until I can get home. Maybe I'll walk for a while, take it easy. Or maybe I'll call Alfred. Have him come and pick me. His eyes close. And every time he closes his eyes, he watches his parents die. Dad, Mom, this will shut you up. I swear I'll spend my life making sure no one has to suffer like you did, or like he did. Suffering, growing up alone. Denied a normal life of family and friends, driven by a force greater than himself. I have chosen you, Bruce Wayne. You are mine and you'll become me. I'm your true father and your son. Father, no, the Batcave, but how? Alfred, are you? Your manservant is upstairs, beloved, leaving you to my tender mercies and my medical training. Talia, yes, I followed you from the factory, beloved. I knew you would need assistance, even though you would not admit it yourself. But what were you doing at the factory? Those weren't your father's men, or I would have. No, I have, however, an interest in their leader. Their leader, then you know who he Hello, Alfred. Ah, Master Bruce, you have awakened. Just in time to sample my chicken. Keep it hot, Alfred. I've got work to do. Beloved, you cannot move in your condition, your wound. I'm forced to agree with Miss Dahlia, sir. I forbid. I don't recall asking for a vote. You can be most exasperating at times. Indeed, please, Miss Dahlia, take care of him. I will, Alfred. We've just gotten information from Interpol that puts the whole thing in perspective, Batman. If you're sure we can talk freely in front of her, would you prefer I leave, Commissioner Gordon? She's staying, Gordon. Very well. All the terrorists captured bore the same mark, the letter Q carved in their flesh. We think they might work for a man named Quayen, a terrorist and murderer like his namesake, Kane. Yes, Quayen is a real mystery man. He's never been captured, not even photographed. Interpol has linked Quayen with this man, General Yosid of Galatia. He recently signed a pact with America after years of courting both the USA and USSR. Do you think he and Quayen are allies? If they are, they're birds of a feather. Yosid took over Galatia 10 years ago in a bloody coup and has remained ruler ever since. Quayen has had a base somewhere in Galatia. With Yosid's blessing, someone's going to have to find him and stop him. I know. What's the word on those barrels? Quayen's men are trying to heist, Commissioner. What was in them? Not what you'd expect them to grab for, not explosives or poison, nothing like that. It was an experimental preparation to be used in blasted. Where is that report? Here we are. Pulviculture. That's what the chemical was to be used for, whatever that is. I see you do. Pulviculture is a science of rainmaking, Commissioner, and what I don't know, I can look up. Blaine Pearson Research, beloved. Is that what Dr. Harris? Blaine? That's right, Dahlia. You wait here. I won't be long. Excellent security system. It took me almost 30 seconds to bypass it. As I recall, this is Dr. Blaine's office. Dr. Blaine. Dead, but only seconds ago. The killer may still be around. The weapon still is bitter taste, but sugar in the coffee would hide that. In seconds, it would be over. Yes, coffee from that percolator in the corner. Someone spiked it and left. Blaine sat down, took a gulp, and that was it. But who ripped a page from his astronomy text? The killer. No, he would have just taken the book with him, rather than call attention to it. But Blaine would have had time to rip it out before the poison took full effect. And there's only one reason why a dying man would tear a page from a book. With no writing implements around, it was the only way you could name his killer. The star chart of the constellation Perseus, focusing on the binary star Algol. Dr. Blaine, Dr. Blaine, Dr. Blaine, are you all? Oh, call Commissioner Gordon of the Gotham Police. Go, Dad. He finally did it. He's dead. Who are you? Person, John Person. I'm Harris's partner. He handles the lab science, and I handle the computer programming. You're Blaine's son, Harris Blaine Jr. I was my dad's assistant. He was training me to take his place someday. Oh, Dad, and you, Professor Margaret Trask. I don't really think we should be answering questions without a lawyer. Probably not. What were you working on, Professor? I was working with Dr. Blaine, Sr., on his polyculture experiments. Has anything in here been disturbed? Are his notes still here? Let me check. Yes, here they are. Then his killer didn't take them. Killer, he wasn't murdered. His office was locked from the inside. He must have. No, my father would never have killed himself. Business has been going badly for us, Harris. Your father was taking that very hard. The killer wanted his crime to look like a suicide. But your father was murdered, Mr. Blaine. Murdered by a man whose path both your father and I have crossed before. I'm sorry, but if it means anything to you, justice will be done, I promise. What do you study so intently, beloved? Is it a clue of some sort? It is, Talia. Algo is a star whose name literally means the ghoul or the demon. Beloved, you do not suspect your father, Raj Al Ghul, the demon's head. Yes, he's alive, isn't he, Talia? Even if he is, my father did not take the life of Harris Blaine. Prove it to me, Talia. Tell me what your interest is in this whole affair. And in Nguyen, I can say no more. I understand. I hope someday I'll experience that kind of respect, that kind of loyalty, that kind of love, the love of a child for his father. And all around them, dark clouds churn, harbingers of the approaching storm. Demon's Head, this is Talia. Requests landing status. Request denied. You have not been authorized to. Thank you, Demon's Head. This is Talia acknowledging approved landing status. The Master's daughter and his greatest foe. You'll both come with me. Every time I come here, it's the same thing. Some bonehead tries to prove his manhood by flashing a weapon. And I prove mine by taking it away from him. Someday your boys will learn. There is Grind, my father's bodyguard. He cannot be far. Hey, hush, Talia, listen. Let us begin the final reactivation phase, Dr. Weltman. That voice, I knew he was still alive, but I didn't let myself believe it. Until now. Take care with those chemicals. If they are spilled, you shall bathe in them. Do not worry, Master. Soon the Lazarus pit will serve you, as it has so many times before. Excellent, Dr. Weltman. You've done very well. Raish, who? Ah, the detective. I might have known you would intrude even as I prepare my greatest campaign. And who accompanies you? Hello, Father. Is it your intention to betray me again as you did the last time we met? I would hope not. But I do what I must, Father, as do you. Spoken like flesh of my flesh, you will dine with me. Grind, alert the servants. Filthy American, you don't don't look like you're getting enough red meat grind. I'll try to save you a bone. You do not eat, detective. Is the meal distasteful to you? I can't accept a man's hospitality under false pretenses. Raish, you mentioned your greatest campaign. I have to know what that is. I see. It may be a mission in which the three of us find ourselves as allies, and it may be my last mission, for should I perish in the endeavor, the Lazarus pit may no longer be able to restore me. And should that be the case, you are seeing that all your old enemies precede you. You may speak more clearly than that, detective, like Dr. Harris Blaine. Blaine, he once had the presumption to join your forces against me, did he not? He did. He's been murdered, and I have reason to believe you were behind it. I assure you, detective, I was in no way involved in Blaine's death. Indeed, the rendering useless of such an intellect is distasteful to me. You'll understand if I need you to be convinced. I have to be certain about this, Raish. With your resources, you can do nearly anything you set your mind to. I'd suspect Talia if I had a logical reason, but she was with me when Blaine took the poison that killed him. And besides, there's a third party involved in this. Tell me, Raish, have you ever had any dealings with a man named Quayen? Quayen, you dare mention his name to me? Father, he doesn't know. Then there is a connection. Most assuredly, Detective, Quayen is the murderer of my wife. Your wife? My mother. I barely remember her. But she was so beautiful. She remains so in our hearts, daughter. Never forget that. But briefly, Detective, during the last World War, I had an organization of my own, which I often used to combat the Axis powers. We had much to fight for in those days. Years earlier, my trusted Lieutenant Lander had been blessed with a son, and I had made his godfather. I cared for him when his parents were off on missions, such as the mission I sent them on to the Japanese city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1995. A date of some historical significance, I think you will recall, Detective. Young Gwynlyn had come with me to meet his parents, and I had physically restrained them from joining them. I think that's supposed to be 45, I'm pretty sure. I thought the boy's heart would break. Worse, it hardened. From that day forward, he became moody, fatalistic, obsessed with the subject of death. He demanded we call him Quayen, after a variation of the name of the first murderer. My beloved wife, Melisande, and I could do nothing to relieve his melancholy. Melisande, who was at that time carrying Talia, begged me to expel him from our household. I felt that I could not. Would that I had. One night, when Talia was only a child, Melisande got Quayen prowling about the secret room where I kept an earlier version of the pit. Horrified, for that room was forbidden to all, save me, Quayen fled, and in doing so, pushed my beloved into the pit. Her death was instantaneous, and Talia sobbed, yes. But Quayen escaped that night, and for gradually disappearing. For years we could not find trace of him, and now he is back, and I wish to kill him, not only to avenge my mother, but also to prove to my father that I still love him. There is no need to prove what I already know, Talia. I forgive you your past disobediences. However, with the threat of Kuei Yin looming in the horizon, perhaps it is time I took an ally to defeat him, you, detective. Kuei Yin menaces your world as well as mine, detective. I feel it will require all our skills to overcome him. And there's no guarantee that it will not meet death in the bargain. Do you accept my offer? Yes. And with this position comes the hand of my daughter. To accept the first is to accept the second. There is no middle ground. Do you still accept my offer, detective? I do. Oh, you do. I suppose I should be flattered that you deign to remember me after all this time. There's never been any room in my life for a woman. That's what I told myself after every liaison I've ever shattered. Maybe that's just what I wanted to believe. I've tried to forget you. But I can't. I never could. I never will. I accept your apology, my beloved. This is our chamber, ours alone. I've been saving it for you. Talia, your father is a very proper man in his own way. Shouldn't there be a ceremony of some sort? Beloved, have you so quickly forgotten? There already has been. My father once married us in an attempt to keep you from interfering with his plans. In his country, only the consent of the bride is required for a marriage, and I consented readily. I remember, but it's hard for me to consider that marriage real. Beloved, you give too much thought to what is real and what is not, to what is true and what is false. I realize that is your way, but just this once, accept things as they are. Forgo your control, your discipline. Just once, let yourself go, and take me with you. High over the mountains there's a low moan of thunder, and ebon clouds gather, tokening the coming storm. Attention, all of you, from this day forth, I'll hereby designate the Batman as my second in command. My son, obey him as you would me, and they do. In the following weeks, the world's most skilled combatant teaches Ra's al Ghul's assassins techniques and non-lethal warfare, in which even they are ignorant, while still finding time to be a newlywed, the role in which he is quite unskilled, but to his delight quickly learns. Galatia, a small Mediterranean country, has only two features of note: a strategic position just south of the Soviet Union. We have arrived General Yosid, and its name, taken from the biblical giant, it resembles the historic Goliath, in neither strength nor size, but where there's a will, there's a way, and this man is Galatia's will. Very good. Help me, please. Kill me, please. Here you are, General Yosid. Welcome, General Yosid. Kuei Yin, are you there? This darkness, I rather like it myself. It tends to make the prisoners more tractable. You look a little peaked, General. Don't tell me the screams disturb you. It is not the screams, Kuei Yin. It is a chance that the Americans will find out you and I are allied. They have a rather naive view of human rights. Yes, that would be very bad. Do you think they suspect? If they do, they value Galatia's strategic position more. But I think we have no reason to fear. The launch is scheduled for 2 days. Excellent. It goes well then. As long as we stick to the plan, yes. But you're overstepping your bounds, Quayen. I did not authorize the murder of the American. What was his name? Blaine, but my agent felt it was necessary, General, and I concurred. Do not worry your time. Galatia's time is almost at hand. Soon you no longer have to curry the Americans' favor for protection from the Soviets. Soon you'll have power of your own. To our mutual strength, my friend. Our mutual superiority, General. You fool. Mr. Quayen, I have news for you. What is it, Alam? If it is about the satellite. No, Mr. Quayen, I have test results. Well, right here, Mr. Quayen. I'm afraid the prognosis is not good, I'm dying, am I not? Yes. How long? A matter of weeks, 8, perhaps more, likely 6. That will be enough time. Enough time to either save myself or to take the world with me. And the thunder might be taken for a fusillade of cannon growing ever nearer, ever louder. It has been a long time since I had worthy opponent at chess, detective. I hope that's all you and I will be opponents over, Raish. You've taken to speaking in riddles of late, detective. I do not understand you. Your knight is in danger. I see it. I think you understand me very clearly, Raish. I know now that you had nothing to do with Blaine's murder, and I know who did, but it would be a shame if you and I had to become foes once more after we've taken care of Quayen. By the way, you're in check. So I am, detective. As you know, I'm cursed with a love for emptiness, desolation. It is a beauty to which my soul responds, as pure, as untainted as the deserts of my birth. I deem it my mission to purify this planet, to restore it to its former beauty. A mission I will not brook, no interference in. But for now we are allies, and I hope that state continues. By removing my king from check, I find we have achieved a stalemate. I find that quite fitting. I played to win. Galatia base to Canaveral. Liftoff in 0-30 minutes. Do you copy? Canaveral to Galatia. We read you loud and clear. Over. We're quite proud of the facilities we built here, General. The President wanted me to assure you how grateful he was for your cooperation. Nonsense, General Connors. We of Galatia are proud to ally ourselves with you Americans. Easy with that acid spray, Donald. It'll take the skin right off you. Almost through, sir. Another few seconds. We're inside now. Keep all the conversation to a minimum. Stay low and quiet. You seem somewhat distraught, beloved. I'm not used to breaking into my own country's facilities, Dahlia. But if the weather satellite is launched, I'm certain Quayen will use it against mankind. And I can't permit that. The guard approaches. Be still. Only one man. Grind, he's yours. No, Grind, don't kill him. Knock him out like I showed was soft. Maybe so, but while I'm field commander, you'll do things my way. Now assemble the bomb. We have already begun, beloved. Good word. Quickly. Now we haven't much time. Security, we have intruders. Repeat. Unauthorized personnel have breached the base. General, we have unauthorized personnel on the base. They may be planning to sabotage the launch. Deploy the security force. Quain, your presence may have been discovered. Finish modifying the satellite as quickly as possible. Nothing must delay this launch. Halt, all of you, hands over your heads. You draw his attention, I'll disarm him. Not that way, Donald. This way. They know we're here, Talia. Disperse the men and divert the guards. I'll finish assembling the detonator. Help me, please. A man kidnapped me, brought me here. Don't move. Just stand still, miss. Halt, you. Careful now, Donald. Allow them to get your scent. Follow you far away from the Batman. Then a sudden dodge. Quiet, someone's coming. And I am free, yes, a prisoner for Quain. Done. I've just got enough time to get out of here before something else happens. That's gotta be Quain, as I thought he is his own mission here. But I can't let him stop me. Gotta keep his attention on me until it's too late. Beloved, there, by this gantry, tell the base we got him. Resuming countdown. 10, 9, 8. Should be just 5 seconds more. 7, 6, 5. No. Lift off. Nothing more I can do, but if I let Quain think he's won, the rocket may do my part of the job for me. What do you look for, beloved? Did you not fail? We failed to attach the bomb in case Quain does try to usurp the weather control satellite for his own ends. I thought we might want it when I learned of his interest in rainmaking, and the fact it was being launched from Galatia was another clue. But I was hoping the backwash would at least take care of Quain for me. No such luck. There will be another time, beloved. Then we'll take care of him permanently. Miss Talia, a word. Why so happy, Raish? We failed. We lost Donald. We have at least established a link between Quain and the nation of Galatia, detective. Quain's base must be. Beloved, a word. Can it wait, Talia? It cannot. Go, detective. We'll speak of this later. Now, Talia, what's so important? Beloved, I am with child. I'm pregnant. You're pregnant? That's wonderful, isn't it? Detective, Dr. Weltman could not keep this from me. My congratulations. You're so happy to be a grandfather, Father. I am, if it means your happiness. It does. A child, we'll name it Thomas or Martha. If it's a girl, it'll be the happiest baby in the world. Drink, all of you. Eat till you can hold no more. My daughter is giving me a grandson. They are good men, detective, as are you. You know we spend much time in opposition when we really make better allies. May we remain so, Raish. He seems quite ready to talk, Quain. I told you our methods would free his tongue so soon. Alcohol's men are not what they once were. But any old port in the storm, I suppose. Release his gag, let him speak. Yes, Gwayin. Ha, as I suspected. His acquiescence was merely a sham. So you could remove his gag, and he could release the poison in his false tooth, thus depriving me of desired information and you of no little pleasure, Dr. Hallam. Most discourteous. Earlier you wished to talk, and he would not let you. Now you may not wish to. But you will talk. Please. You say you would kill me with no pain if I told you where alcohol is. So I did. I have told you. So you have. And so will I. What are you? No, I'm keeping my promise. Don't, please, no. Well, I kept half my promise. Alert the troops, Dr. Hallam. Tell them we'll be. Gwayin, would you keep me waiting? General, I'm so sorry I was occupied this way, please. And here's our little nerve center, General, fully ready. Most impressive. Yes, we wait only for the Americans to activate the satellite, which should be a matter of days. You've done well, Gwayin. I will be in. A word before you leave, General. I found the whereabouts of an old foe. It will need transport for an assault. Transport. Gwayin, the Americans are already suspicious over the launching to supply your vehicles. I was not making a request, General. I see. Very well. But very soon, Gwayin, I may require a scapegoat to hand the Americans, and the proper choice is becoming increasingly evident. Beloved, I have never been so happy. Neither have I. As a matter of fact, I've never been happy at all. I like it. I'm glad. Here, I brought you this, and what is in it? Look and see. Beloved, it's beautiful. Whenever I wear it, I shall think of you. And I shall wear it always. Abruptly it erupts. Beloved, what? Talia down, like the sudden violence of a summer storm. Gwayin, it must be. He found this place, and he's back to finish the job he started years ago. First assault team go. We caught them by surprise. It'll be minutes before they can muster any retaliation. Talia, I am well, beloved. Let us find their leader and end it. No, I don't want you out here, but... These are the hirelings of a man who killed my mother. Can you not understand that? More than you ever will. But you're the mother of my child. That's more important than anything. Beloved, look. No, I won't have you taking that risk, not you, and not our baby. All units, we have intruders in the landing bay. They're Gwayin's men. Killed, he is almost killed. He may yet be, all because he's trying to protect me. Decoyed them away from Talia, but there's not much I can do against odds like these. Best bet is to rendezvous with Raish and his troops, and hope to end this here and now. We have won, Gwayin. We occupy a mere foothold. Bring the explosives. We shall not be denied access to the rest of the base. I think it's you Quain wants, Raish. He desires my life, yes. He also covets the pit detective. He shall have neither. You will lead an assault on Quain and his men from... No, Raish, I'm through. Explain yourself. Dahlia's safety is all that matters to me now. And as soon as possible, I'm getting her out of here. Yes, slay these last few guards whose loyalty overcame their sense. And at last the Lazarus pit is mine. I think not, Quain. Al-Ghul, I commend your courage in daring to face me. In my moment of triumph, you always spoke too quickly, Quain. You may recall the story of Moses, who was permitted to see the promised land, but never to enter it. Keep firing. We have them on the run. Fall back. We lost contact with Quain. Return to home base. This mission is over. But what of Quain? It was his madness that initiated this plan. Let it be his epitaph. No, Al-Ghul, it will not be that simple. You may not take my only means of salvation, but if I am to die from the disease within me, then I swear to you, I will not die alone. Dr. Weltman, Dahlia needs an examination, but this man he can wait. Beloved, there's no need for this. You're almost caught in a firefight, Dahlia. I won't take a chance on anything happening to you or our baby. Canaveral to Goliath base. Satellite has reached optimum orbit. Recommend you activate. Over. Roger, Canaveral. Galatea base copies and is activating, preparing to test magnetic field generation of 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Well, so far so good. The magnetic fields affecting the ozone layer are all right. What do you think, Harry? Readouts look good. Let's try a little test. See if you can make it rain. The Americans have activated a satellite, General Yasid. It seems able to control the weather as our sources predicted. An awesome responsibility, weather control. Let us relieve them of it, Dr. Elam. Yes, Mr. Quain. Technicians activate circuitry implant. No, sir, I don't know what's causing it. The satellites aren't responding to our commands anymore. Sir, it's gone. Vanished off the screen. Activate self-destruct. Self-destruct inoperative. We lost it, sir. The satellite is ours, Mr. Quain. Mine, Alam. Let us try a test then. I would have rain, no a storm. Excellent. No nation shall stand against us. Increase the power of the storm, Alam. Make it a hurricane. After sending it over the border to the Soviet Union. No, this is a powerful weapon, Quain, but I do not seek to provoke the Soviets. Not yet. My orders stand, Dr. Alam. Are you deaf? Stop this immediately. Your will no longer matters, General. I have grown weary of you. Put me. The hurricane is heading into Russia, Mr. Quain. Have you a specific destination in mind. I have, Dr. Hallam. Moscow. Get me Washington at once, Mr. Gorbachev. Mr. President, a hurricane caused by your weather satellite has entered Russia and devastated several villages. Mr. Gorbachev, I assure you this is not our doing. Some outside forces taken over our satellite and perhaps so, perhaps not. However, if this hurricane comes within 100 miles of Moscow, it will be considered an act of war. Do you understand? Yes. Good day, Mr. President. I hope we will speak again. My forces are impaired, but still functional. It is the satellite which must concern us now. Obviously, it was override circuitry, an anti-radar screen which Quain added to the satellite. Yes, his contract at Blaine's lab must have given him the necessary technical information. This is a very grave, Detective. Ready the men. We must find Quain's headquarters and no. I told you I was through, Raish. So you did. But I chose not to believe that you've become a coward. That's beneath you, Raish. I'm not concerned for my own skin. I want our child to have a home, a family, everything I never had. Talia, are you alright? You haven't spoken in over an hour. What did you say, beloved? I do not feel very well. Very well. Talia. How is she, Doctor? You may see her. Can we get through now? This man needs help. Talia, is anything wrong? Dr. Weltman didn't say. I'm well, beloved. I've lost the baby. All the stripe of the raid, all the exertion. Beloved, I'm very sorry. I know you all, Talia. Try to get some rest. The men are aboard, Master. Let them depart before. Not so fast, Grind. I'm here, Raish. I don't want to answer any questions. I just want to find Quain. And hope he puts up a fight. Finding him will be a task, Detective. A device of my invention may be able to trace the satellite transmissions to their source, so unnecessary, Raish. Quain is there. How can you be so certain? With Quain's biblical fixation, where else would he put his base than at Mount Ararat, the spot where Noah's Ark first touched land after the Great Deluge? Of course. First wave, jump second wave, prepare to depart. A plane nears, Dr. Hallam. Make known to them my power at once, Quain. That makes the job much more difficult, but if Quain thinks that'll end it, he doesn't know me very well. Be vigilant, all of you. The invaders must be somewhere around. This one has been bearing of a leader. If they slay him, they... What? Here, Raish, you may as well put this to good use. My thanks, Detective. There was a time when you would not have stopped him. Yes. The battle goes well, Detective. My men have secured the perimeter. Then there's still the remains the interior, where Quain will be at his most dangerous. Good. It'll make what I have to do that much easier. I understand. The guards seem most intent on keeping us from the central area. It's their funeral. The hurricane is 120 miles out of Moscow, Mr. Quain. I estimate penetration of 5 minutes. You've served me well, Hallam. I shall remember you until the end. It is ended, Quain, though not in the way you'd like. welcome. I knew you would find me. Then you have to know it's over. I know no such thing. I remain to be convinced. Raish, deactivate the radar screen controls as you wish, Detective. Quayan is mine. You flatter yourself, intruder. My interest is only in alcohol. Your adult life is a story of misdirected hatred, Quayan. It is not me you wish to slay, it is yourself. But I'll not be a martyr to your hatred. Raish, there's no time for this. You take out the satellite, I'll handle Quayan. You will try. Your name is Alam, is it not? I once offered you employ in my organization. I refused then. Unfortunately, in this instance, as I refuse now, I may not take no for an answer. The hurricane is only 115 miles out of Moscow. Action is needed. General, Sumnet ready. Missile Bank A for firing. Or my dream of a replenish rule will be ages lost. Out of my way, interloper. It is alcohol I want. After I've settled my score with you, if you're able. My computer ignores my commands. I have no time to find the proper access codes. You can't imagine how much I hate you, Quayan. Not only for the pain you've inflicted on others through your terrorism, but for the pain you gave to someone I love and to me. Perhaps the internal circuitry will yield results. Ah, yes, these wires placed in proximity should overload the radar screen, but such a waste, such device would do much for my cause, to see the planet purified, made new. No matter, my campaign may be set back, but it must be done. Sir, I've got the satellite back. Secure coordinates and relay to Missile Command locking coordinates. Fire. Did you see it, Quayan? It's finished. All the pain and suffering you caused, all for nothing. Quayan, your organization is destroyed. If you were to turn over your knowledge of terrorist groups to the authorities, they may. I am a dead man anyway, Algol, and so are you. I may not see the world die before me, but at least I shall take with me the murder of my parents. No. Perhaps now he is at peace. Perhaps. I hope not. How are you feeling, Talia? Better. That's good, that's good. But I would be alone. All right, I'll come back late. No, beloved, I wish you to leave, if you're sure. Beloved, please. All right, Talia. I wish things had. Our lives don't seem to. Maybe someday. I'm sorry. I too am sorry, my son. 24 hours later. I wasn't thinking during our earlier encounter. I thought I knew who Harris Blaine meant by his dying message. Alcohol, but I was wrong. I wanted one man to be the killer, and forced the facts to fit my solution. I overlooked the fact that alcohol is not only the name of a star, but it's also an acronym meaning algorithmic language. A language used in programming a computer. A computer expert would know that, wouldn't he, Dr. Pearson? At last it's over, I'm glad. I needed money, always have. I sold copies of Harris's plans to Quayan. They said no one would ever know, but Harris knew. I told myself I had to do it. I didn't. John, you son of a... Oh, let him live with his guilt, son. But he has to pay, he will. He still has a conscience. Letting him live with his guilt is the best revenge. Goodbye, Commissioner. Batman, you look like we've been through the ringer. Are you alright? No. Anything you want to talk about? No. Well, take care of yourself. You'd better get inside. It looks like the storm is about to break. Commissioner. It already has. 9 months later. Well, here we are. Isn't he precious? We just found him on our doorstep one morning. He's perfect. How could anyone give a baby like this up? I don't know, honey, but it's a real blessing for us. Yes, we'll love him as though he were our own. He'll be the happiest baby in the world. The end. Alright, that's gonna do it for now. You all have a good day or night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and go check out the bowl number 1 on Indiegogo. Thanks. Bye.